Everybody, John Pynakker with Mojave Valley Daily News. This is a daily dose for Thursday, October 21st. As always, the daily dose is brought to you by the Tri-State Radiology Center. The Tri-State Radiology Center's experienced MRI and X-ray technologists use specialized equipment to create images of patients to help doctors diagnose and treat illnesses or disease. They're proud to provide high-quality services to their patients, so call them today at 928-460-7226. And remember, at Tri-State Radiology Center, your image means the world to us. All right, let's jump into our our breaking news. This is brought to you by New Image Primary Care. Now scheduling appointments within 7 days. Call for your appointment at 928-299-2588. Some assembly required. Volunteers erect wall that heals at Mojave High School. So more than 45 volunteers, including Mojave High School students and other community volunteers, spent roughly 6.5 hours yesterday literally building history. They were assembling the 375-foot long wall that heals. This is a 3/4 scale replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. They set it up over on the football field behind Mojave High School. So what we have here is Mojave High School junior Hayden Loya tightening a wing nut on a bolt holding the rail atop the framework for the wall that heals. So they build this framework and then they added the panels to it. There was 140 synthetic granite panels. Sometimes it took 2 or 3 people to carry them over, two or three of the volunteers to carry them over and put them in. So it was Vic Mushler, who of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund. He's serving as a site manager out there. He said that this is the beginning of their welcome home to the Vietnam veterans who did not receive the appropriate welcome when they returned after the war. My father was one of those Vietnam veterans, and he talks a great deal about how they came back and were, in a sense, shunned. So, according to Vic Mushler, the traveling wall serves as a reminder of that, but more importantly, it honors the sacrifices of more than 58,000 U.S. casualties. They are etched in those 140 synthetic panels. Opening ceremonies happened this morning. It is now open until 2 o'clock on Sunday. It is brought to you by the Mojave High School Student Council. Dave Lipinski, who's their advisor, said we've been for a long time trying to get this, not just this year. He also is the coordinator for all the volunteers, include the Air Force Junior ROTC at Mojave, their construction classes, student council, and members of the community who just wanted to be part of it. I know that a couple of volunteers from hospices were down there as well. They are still looking for volunteers to help tear it down. So if you are interested in helping them tear it down, they need you at 2 o'clock on Sunday to help tear it down, pack it up, and it is heading off to Pine Top Lakeside in Navajo County. One more thing, on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel, we have a video of an interview as well as some of the workers out there doing their thing. It is an excellent video. Please go check it out. I think you're going to enjoy it. It was shot by Chris. Good job, Chris.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's very well done. I was very impressed. Okay, next up, deadline for mailing in ballots for MVESD override approaching. So we're talking about the override for the Mojave Valley Elementary School District. This is something that's been in place for the last 5 years. They're looking to continue that. It has to go to a vote. It's a 15% maintenance and operations override. And what that money does is it goes to help attract and retain teachers in the area, in the district. You have to have it in no later than 7 p.m. on November 2nd. So they're asking that you mail your ballots back in. It's a mail-in thing only by October 27th. The other thing you could do is that you can deliver it to the ballot replacement site as well, but mail it in. You only got a few more days to do that. By law, they have to reauthorize this every 5 years. If it's not renewed, the district would be forced to cut a little bit more than $1 million from its operating budget, and that is going to impact teachers quickly. If it is approved, it doesn't affect the property tax. The property tax is already what it is. This is already part of it, so it would just be continuing of it. I think they said on a average home in the area, it comes out to a little bit over $50 a year, but that is reflected in the quality and the quality of teachers that we get in this area and the ability to retain them. That was one of the things they talked about, was having that continuation of teachers year after year really helps the students get along with what's going on there. So they're asking you to please support it. All right, Mojave County Sheriff's Office promotion. Here we have Robert Volbrucht. He was promoted to captain/jail commander of the Mojave County Adult Detention Facility. He joined the Mojave County Sheriff's Office as a detention officer in July of 2008. Spent the majority of his time working the Fugitive and Warrants Division. He was promoted to corporal in December of 2009 and to sergeant April of 2012. 3 years later, he was promoted to lieutenant assistant director of the Adult Detention Facility. So, Sheriff Schuster, who you see the third one from the right, said Captain Volbrucht has extensive knowledge and experience of the detention process. I'm confident he will excel in his new role. So, from left are Chief Deputy Dean McKee, you have Captain Robert Volbrucht, Sheriff Doug Schuster, and then Under Sheriff Ed Traficante. So, congratulations to Captain Volbrucht. No conflict on nominating committee. So City Manager Toby said there is no conflict following the appointment of 3 Mojave Electric cooperative officials to the 7-member nominating committee. This is a nominating committee that's looking for a replacement for Kathy Bruck. The mayor was allowed to name 2 people. Each of the other council members were allowed to name 1 person to the committee. They didn't discuss this ahead of time, and Mayor Brady had appointed Mojave Electric CEO Tyler Carlson. Then Dr. Ziri appointed MEC Chief Financial Officer Artie Loxman, and Norma Brummett appointed MEC Community Liaison and Consumer Accounting Manager Ellen Brown. So they have a quote here from Dr. Ziri: "We didn't know who was going to appoint who until they made the appointments last night. He wasn't aware that Ellen Brown worked for MEC, but he said it doesn't matter. I know Tyler and Artie personally. They are responsible people. I don't think there's going to be any conflict, or there's any conflict." So, sounds reasonable to me. Sports. Sports is sponsored by Anderson Ford of Bullhead City. Anderson Ford is a big proponent of the community, holding a bingo fundraiser every month for a local charity. Come down and check out their bingo, along with their inventory of new and used vehicles. So Mojave football is playing Wickenburg this Friday, 7 o'clock at the Anderson Auto Group Fieldhouse. River Valley had played Wickenburg earlier this year, beat them 49-0. So based on common opponents, this should be a fun game to watch. They are going to have a pink out. So they're asking you to join the Mojave T-Birds and Warm Sea in observing breast cancer awareness at Friday's football game by wearing pink. They're going to have giveaways. We're going to celebrate survivors. So it's this Friday, 7 o'clock at the Anderson Auto Group Fieldhouse. Please go check them out. In our top sports story, Nikola Jokic scores 27 points as the Nuggets beat the Suns in both teams' season opener. Phoenix has returned much of their same roster, including All-Stars Chris Paul and Devin Booker. They had a good start to the game. At halftime, they were up 58-51, but in the second half, they just couldn't get their shots down. They went nearly 5 minutes without scoring as the Nuggets caught them and started to pull away. So the interesting thing that I found at this story, down at the bottom of it, they talked about, it's called the Footprint Center. It used to be called Phoenix Suns Arena. Now it's been named the Footprint Center. They're not faring very well under the Footprint Center. That happened at the end of last year, in the middle of the NBA Finals. We all know that they lost the last game in that arena to the Milwaukee Bucks, and now they lost their opener this year. They have never won a game at the Footprint Center, so hopefully that'll change soon. Next up, they are facing the Lakers Friday night, so good luck to the Phoenix Suns. In weather. Weather's brought to you by Living Waters Hospice, your hometown hospice. Together we can make a difference. Today, sunny, high around 89. Tomorrow, we're back up into the 90s. Chris, you really got to give me a heads up when we're crossing back up into the 90s.
You jinxed it, not me.
I am not, it's the end of 2/3 of the way through October. We should not be 90 and sunny.
I just realized that. You're right. It's been, what has it been? Let's see. Right now it is 86 degrees. It just needs to stay like that all
Hey,
week.
you know what? 86 I'm okay with.
But
We're-
90?
We're a week away from Halloween, and I remember back in Wisconsin at Halloween having to put my costume on over the top of parkas and heavy, wearing moon boots to trudge through the snow for trick-or-treating. Yeah. All right, enough of the whining. All right, so sunny and 90 degrees tomorrow. Saturday, sunny, high around 84. Sunday, partly sunny, 86. And Monday, mostly sunny, windy, a 30% chance of showers in the afternoon, but still a high around 85. So it sounds like we're going to get summer tomorrow and fall on Monday. So that's okay. Don't forget, on Thursdays we always have our kids scoop. So here is our kids scoop. I was working hard on this morning. I got some of them. Some of them I was still struggling with, but it's a good time. Go and check it out. Have your kids do it. You don't have to have kids to do the kids scoop. Adults can do the kids scoop, right?
I think so.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I'm showing it right now. There's some fun things in here.
Yeah, I was going to quiz you on one or two of them, but when I did it, I made it too small, and now I can't read it.
Yeah, I had to punch it up so they can read them.
But like that electrician safety tips, it has all the answers there. You just got a process of elimination if it gets difficult. If it gets difficult, call into the office here, and Chris will help you with it.
Why? Because I have the answers?
Yes. All right, everyone, that is it. Remember, this is brought to you by the Tri-State Radiology Center. The Tri-State Radiology Center offers same or next day appointments, and they accept most insurances, including Medi-Cal. They have a wide open MRI and MRI. I always read that too fast, and it just sounds like I'm saying MRI. MRI, and offer digital x-rays. Get your reports ready in 24 hours. Call them today for an appointment at 928-460-7226. That is not it. At 4 o'clock today, we have the Huddle. And today it's Matt Curtis back in here with me. We alternate weeks between Matt Curtis from Anderson and Matt Hanrahan from Barron. This week it's Matt Curtis. So we're going to give you our scoop, our believes, our prognostications on all the NFL games for this weekend, starting with tonight's game, Denver and their opponent. I can't remember who it is. So
I thought you were purposely doing that.
Denver and the other team. Oh, hold on, I got it right here. Denver and Cleveland. So that should be an interesting game with what's going on with both of them. So tune in at 4 o'clock live on our YouTube channel and check that out. All right, everyone, thanks for joining us, and we will see you hopefully at 4 o'clock today. If not, we'll see you at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Thanks.